This is the new Meta Quest Pro, and I paid full price for it, so it already feels exciting and painful at the same time. I haven't decided yet. But let's discover together in this video the next generation virtual reality headset from Meta, what's inside, how to use it, and of course my first impressions after several hours using it. Is it worthy to be the Quest 2 successor, or did I just waste my money? Well, let's discover it together in this video. Again though, this video is not sponsored by Meta, I actually bought this myself, so as always expect a very raw reaction, but luckily this video is sponsored by Kiwi Design. When they asked to sponsor this video, I was happy for two main reasons. One is because I actually daily drive their stuff for the Quest 2, and second, because I actually have to pay this thing back. If you don't know Kiwi Design, they actually create many accessories for the Meta Quest 2 and other headsets, and for sure my favorite are actually the grips. They come in different colors, and they're just amazing because they make the controllers actually a bit longer, and with this grip over here to feel like the index controller, so you're never gonna lose them when you actually throw something in games. They also come with a little opening on the side to change the batteries without taking it off all the time, and even if my dog ate one up when I was a puppy, it's still my daily driver. They're good. But they also came out recently with two new straps. The new battery strap with you improved battery in there, and what I'm testing right now, the new strap with also integrated audio. These are so soft. So remember to check them out in the description below. It's actually something that I use all the time. And of course, thanks to Kiwi for sponsoring this video. That really helps. But now let's get to the unboxing. And here is the box. So let's slide it out and let's open it together. Right away, you're gonna see the headset. Let's leave it there for a second. And the new controllers. Where gone are the rings from the previous generation. These really feel good and heavy in the hands, and they have 3 cameras on them to track themselves instead of relying on the headset cameras. That's pretty transformative. But of course, here we have the Meta Quest Pro with the hard strap with the dial and the new pancake lenses. Let's take the lens covers out. And yeah, these are shiny. Let's get back to it later. Inside we're also gonna find a charging dock with the connectors for the headset and the controllers. Under that we'll find the silicone light blockers left and right to have a kind of a VR experience with it. But let's keep digging. In the little box we're gonna find the charging brick, 20 watts, charger dock, and of course the USB Type-C cable for it, and the proprietary connector to charge the controller. Just one. Really? Anyway, we also have the cleaning cloth, I have 1,000 around, and the manuals. And I also missed it, there are also 2 tapes to transform the controllers into pens. These things are tiny, and that's about it. This is the Meta Quest Pro. Sure, it looks fancy and premium. On the bottom you can see the 2 connectors for the headset to line up to the charging dock, and that's how it works all together. Of course, some more stickers galore, and here we have it. On the bottom we have the volume rocker, the power button, 2 speakers, and the two headphone jacks. This is also the area for the face tracking that is included in here. We have 2 cameras on the side for the tracking and 3 cameras on the front for the colorized new pass-through mode. USB Type-C connector on the side, the dial on top to move the lenses back and forth. That is very useful if you use glasses. And overall, this thing really feels solid, hefty. The lenses will move smoothly for the IPD. There's no 3 steps calibration. And also behind there are 2 cameras for the eye tracking. This is how the light blockers go on, by the way. And also you can notice the air vents all around for cooling, because this is a beefed up XR2 processor inside. So to round it up, in the box you're gonna find the headset, the controllers, the charging dock, the cables and the charging brick, the pen tips, and this was actually under the lid, a silicone cover for the front to block the cameras, I guess. And here we have it, the Meta Quest Pro. It really feels like a premium thing. By the way, putting it on for the first time, I really didn't know how to fit it. It just didn't feel right because there's so much space under it. Free to see, because this is actually a mixed reality headset made to blend the real world with the virtual world. And trying some different experiences, I was kind of impressed, but there's a but. By the way, the first setup is the usual connection, agree to every terms of use that you're never gonna read, some videos, instructions, and that's about it. By the way, this video is a bit of a through the lenses because it was impossible to record at that point, so don't mind the bad quality. Weird thing though is that you still need a phone to actually set up this device, even even with the new Meta accounts, and that's kind of a bummer. Weirdly though, there wasn't any experience to onboard you and to feature the new functionalities, but I was dropped right in the menu, and that kind of felt a bit unfinished. Now, can we talk about the visuals? These are for sure a big upgrade over the Quest 2, so I can see how some people might consider it as an upgrade for gaming as well. The colors really pop, the FOV is a bit bigger, and the new packing lenses are, well, probably the best lenses on the market right now. Everything feels and looks so crisp. For sure they didn't waste any money on that department. The resolution is 1800 by 1920 each eye. That is very similar to the Quest 2, but the screens are physically smaller, so the screen door effect is less noticeable, even if it's still there a bit. But the colors are very good thanks to the 100 on dimming zone that also make the blacks pretty deep. This is no OLED display, but for sure to be an LCD is damn close. About the comfort though, so far I'm not sure. I like it. It feels still heavy on the front, even if it should be balanced with the battery on the back. Paddings feel a bit thin. It looks premium for sure, but I can't really see myself using it for long time sessions. Luckily I had some straps around, so I added them on top and made the situation a bit better. Also, this silicone thing on the side that attached magnetically feel a bit weird on my face. I feel I'm allergic or something, and they don't cover at all the bottom. For that you're gonna need a full gasket that Meta is gonna sell separately, and it costs $50. And to be honest, I refuse to pay $50 for a piece of silicone that, by the way, is gonna even arrive just in November. So far though, comfort wise I'm disappointed. I already feel the need to mod it, and at this price point, well, I think I shouldn't. Talking about the controllers though, these feel amazing. A bit glitchy, but amazing. In my opinion, these alone are really worth considering. They have 3 cameras to track themselves without the need of a headset. That means that you can track them in any situation, bow and arrow games, under the desk, at your back, and this really feel next gen. I can see how this kind of tracking would be absolutely next level for competitive games, shooters, or even Eco VR. The haptics is also very good. It feels premium. They actually use 3 different haptic motors. Some games I tried didn't support these in the best way yet, but just navigating the menu feels already very tactile. It took me an entire day to figure out how, but they also have the cool possibility to swap the lanyard with a pen tip, so you can write notes with it, and it works surprisingly well. I can't tell you about the battery life, but it didn't die on me yet, mostly because I kept putting them back on the charging dock every time I could. The charging dock looks amazing, but it feels like a frustrating puzzle. I learned going nuts trying that it's easier if you put the 2 controllers together on it at last. And same thing for the headset, it just plug right in and start to charge. I'm feeling getting around 2.5 hours of battery life, but closer to the 2 mark. But now let's start talking about the new stuff. For example, the new color pass-through is pretty cool and disappointing at the same time. With that, you're gonna be able to finally have some mixed reality experiences. Keep looking at the world around you without feeling isolated like in VR. I tried some games and apps like Dino that was absolutely mind-bending. I placed the table in the middle of the living room and I started to play with my dog around, and it was amazing. I really felt like when I was playing as a kid Warhammer Fantasy. I also used immersive VR where I was able to put screens all around my room, and overall that was a great experience. I wish I had a bit more resolutions in the panel though, still heavy on your head though. At the same time, this pass-through was a big disappointment because yeah, it's colored, but at the same time the resolution is very low. I mean, you can't read anything through it. You can read your phone, you can read your screen, you like feel like you have myopia or something. And it feels just odd because this is marketed as a mixed reality headset, and it kind of falls short in the main feature, the mixed reality. But now again, let's talk about the cool parts, because there are 2 things that you actually have to enable in the settings, and they're not there automatically. And these are the face tracking and the eye tracking. Eye tracking is actually used to raise up the resolution in some games where you're actually looking at, and also to give some life to your avatar. And this is how the avatars actually look. As you can see, I can do some weird faces all around, and it follows the position of my eyes. Of course, you can see my eyes right now because I have the headset on. The eyes are a bit weird, by the way. I don't know why. Okay, better. But as you can tell, you can already recognize a bit the personality, even through a very cartoonized avatar like this one. Ow! Oh, my eyes are weird. Unfortunately, though, the tongue is not present, as you can see, and it doesn't seem it's gonna arrive in the future. But so far they look pretty funny, I'll say. And also a bit glitchy, but maybe it's also because they have a lot of light going on from there. And by the way, they already found a way to use the facial tracking and the eye tracking in PC VR with VR chat through a mod. So yeah, it's pretty funny that they did it even before Meta. But so far, what do I think about it? Well, I have to be honest, at the beginning I was a bit disappointed by it. Then using it, I started to understand the vision of it and understand it a bit more, I guess. Now, the big issue for me is the comfort. I really don't feel like using it for long time sessions because it's pretty heavy on my head. So I don't really see it like a working device. I see it more like a gaming device for short to average sessions of gaming, because the screens are good, the lenses are good, the tracking is phenomenal, so why not? By the way, about it, of course, we're gonna make through the lenses videos, comparing with the Quest 2, with the Reverb G2, with the Index. Let me know what you wanna see compare it with. So if there's enough interest, I can do it as well. Let me know. But again, this is not a review. It's a bit too early for it. Also, the software is still a bit glitchy. I had some bugs and some crashes on some apps for some reasons when I was using mixed reality. And that's a particular thing. It falls short, actually, in the main feature of the device itself. I'm sure they can improve it by software, but the resolution of S2 right now is very, very low. It can feel odd. Yes, you have the perception of the depth, so it's very good. It's already usable. The holograms in the environments are very stable, and that's absolutely a great thing. But at the same time, this very low resolution really takes you off completely from the immersion. So is it a worthy successor to the Quest 2? Well, yes. I mean, it's better in any perceivable way. It has better screens, it has better build quality, a color pass-through, face tracking, eye tracking. It's not comfy, but maybe it's just me. Much better tracking, better controllers. It's better in any perceivable way. So if you have the money and you're willing to spend $1,500 on something like that, because you can get out of the Quest platform, the Oculus platform, and of course you can't wait, yeah, this is an option. I mean, it's $1,500 right now and 1,800 euros. Ouch. But if you were imagining next level thing, well, probably this is not it. For a gaming device, yes, it's better than the Quest 2, but is it 4 or 5 times better considering the price of the Quest 2? Well, probably not. And if you're willing to wait a bit more, well, the Quest 2 is gonna arrive at the end of 2023. Anyway, this was my first impression. If you wanna check it out, I'm gonna leave the links in the description below. Those are also gonna support the channel, so the price is gonna be the same for you, and maybe you're gonna be able, little by little, to pay this thing back with your support. Thanks for it already. But overall, yeah, it feels like a dev kit, not ready yet for use. But it has great screens, great lenses, and it looks good, so I guess it's something. But to be honest, with all the features in there, I still can't really justify the cost. Yes, it's cheaper than other dev kits to actually make mixed reality experiences, but at the same time, on the market, we have similar stuff at a much, much lower price. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about it in the comment below. Are you thinking about grabbing one, or you're saying, no, not at all, I'm gonna wait for the Quest 3? Let me know. We're gonna see you soon also with the through the lenses and with the comparison with the Quest 2 that I think is gonna be very interesting, and maybe also throw in the Pico 4. Why not? It's actually very comparable. So stay tuned. And as always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the dislike, subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. If you really love the channel, join the button there. Don't forget also the Patreon. Thanks for the Patreon and join the channel, of course. And I see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.